In a video game, if you come across an empty room with a health pack, extra ammo, and a save point, you know some serious shit is about to go down. What is the real life equivalent of this? When someone you know does a lot of nice things out of nowhere, like maybe buys you something, does something that you were supposed to do, and starts acting a whole lot nicer. My cousin started doing this after years of being depressed. Turns out he's finally decided to end it, and did so a few days later. When the person who does good work, and has been at the job for several years decides to quit, along with several others like them. Yeah, this shit just happened at my job this year, and left us without a direct supervisor for a month. Used to love my job, now I dread going into work. Get your resume ready. When you're allowed, prepare 2 pages of notes to an exam. And you're also allowed whatever graphing calculator of your choice, a 400-page mathematics handbook, a 500-page physics handbook, 28 pages of formulas specific to the course, oh and a ruler. That's when you know some real shit is about to go down. What awful class is this in? Fluid dynamics. I've heard that studying the accretion disks around active galactic nuclei involves modeling relativistic fluid dynamics in which nuclear fusion is taking place. Excuse me? I had the front desk at my doctor's office say last week, "We have the results of your tests, but the doctor hasn't decided exactly what to say about it. Don't Google it, though." Okay, no, but really, don't Google it. Never Google test results, because you will convince yourself that you're dying. Finding out that the meeting invitees are you, your boss, someone from ours and a union rep. Yeah. This is not a good thing, especially when the meeting is announced to you right then and there. Yup, that's a firin. Coming home to cops at your door, no matter the reason, lol. Oh yeah, we're just here to inform you that there is some construction going on nearby and we need you to move your car. No. This one is for my Navy and Coast Guard guys. You walk onto the mess deck, where you eat, and the cooks are serving steak and lobster or ice cream unexpectedly. Typically means bad news is incoming or the deployment/patrol got extended. Is it true? I've only heard rumor that this is the same for a crew death, since they have to store bodies in the freezer when underway. They have to store bodies in the freezer when underway? Wait, do you mean the same freezers that they use for food? That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about Navy body storage to dispute it. Former Navy electrician here. Yes they do. I was on an aircraft carrier. The morgue/dessert freezer's lights went out for about a month while we troubleshoot/ransacked the Klondike bars and Uncrustables. My brain kinda is having difficulty processing the idea of Navy personnel sitting around the mess deck eating Uncrustables. It's the least military food I can possibly think of, lol. Before surgery, when they give you anti-anxiety meds and heavy-duty painkillers to fill beforehand, because you will need them right away, and will be too fucked up to get them after. Hey Zerby, can you see me in my office real quick? Either I fucked up and now I have to explain myself, or someone else fucked up, and I have to fix it, or there's a really pissed off customer and I drew the short straw, or, on a couple of occasions, I'm getting laid off. Don't forget the rapid fire combination of 2 or more of them at once. We have to talk. We really don't have to. I'm sure we can learn to ignore it. It's not it, it's your son. When you walk into a room and everyone is sitting with their heads turned down and in complete silence, as if they were waiting for you. Typically it happens when they carry bad news for you. I feel like you just know it when you walk into the room. Hold on guys, let me save first. It's too late to save. The event already happened. You need to reload from an old save. Gotta watch the whole unskippable cutscene again. Fuck. Gun store, liquor store, gun store. Where the fuck you taking me? Nah, the real sign is when the gas station has bars in the windows. When it sells shoelaces and vinyl roses in glass containers at the counter. Can I talk to you privately for a second? It's usually nothing, but I've had a few near heart attacks at work when my manager comes to me and says this. I'd like to offer you more hours. Sure. Let me just change my pants first. When your pet is in its final days, and you give them extra treats, cuddles, and fun time before the final trip to the vet. I know how this feels. My dog died a week ago. Answering a call from a relative's cell phone, but it's not their voice on the call. Ouch. We interrupt this broadcast. I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife. That's right. He took his hedgehog quilly dick out and he pissed on my fucking wife. So I'm making a call out post on my twitter.com. When you have to make your will before you go somewhere. When someone asks for the contact information of your next of kin. Waiting in the car for a minute once you get to the in-laws house. When your parent is very old and you get a phone call from their significant other at an odd time, especially when they never call you directly. Being called into the boss's office and there are 2 witnesses sitting there. When my siblings almost simultaneously send me messages in the middle of the night to announce our dear mother's death. I wanted so much to go back to sleep to wake up again, and I was just a very bad dream. But alas, I failed to save a game. They told you via text message? We are living in different time zones, and it's been a habit for one to send message first and let the other party call in case it's midnight when the other is, but damn. When your parents let you go out with friends and do a lot of stuff with friends that your parents don't really like because you are going to move out of town. A really, really good day where everything goes right. When your mom calls you by your full name. When one of your parents says there's something to talk about, buddy. Before a tsunami, the tide will quickly retract inwards, quicker than it should, and for longer. Something plates tectonics. If you see this, gtfo. To where? Up. I was deployed to Iraq in the mid-2000s at a very remote location. We were given one hot meal a day, and it consisted of about 16 shitty meals on a rotation that went from barely edible and progressively got better. The last meals in the queue culminated with spaghetti and ended with flown-in steaks. Nothing special, but we looked forward to them. We noticed occasionally, mid-rotation, we would get a random steak meal right before we got assigned a serious or unusually dangerous mission. We used to unknowingly eat these Class D steaks with some serious anxiety. Steak must have tasted disgusting for the rest of your life. I definitely appreciated a good steak even more after that. I have, however, swore off cinnamon for the rest of my life after hitting a 30-minute ambush en route to deliver a package from one base to another for an officer, only to find out the box was full of cinnamon. That was the only time I ever fired my weapon. I gotta hear that story. Probably /r/military stories would love it. I'm fine. I just think it's funny how it never ends up being funny, does it? PM _me _ tits _ ass. Come to my office. Those are 2 requests. Bad man walking into your hospital room